Boom, we are live. Hello, hello, hello. Double game week 26. Here we are. Here we are. Deadline tomorrow morning. A lot of news coming out, a lot of discussion to be had, some triple captains, some hella massive minuses, which we'll come on to in a second. I'm joined by my main man, El. How you doing, fella? Hope all is well.
Hello, good to be here.
I'm going to say a couple of people already joined us in the chat. We've got Kobe. How you doing, fella? Green Arrow popping in as normal. I'm gonna go Fadsley. Yep, I'm sure. Wow, DCL Galaxy. Yeah, I mean it's good to see everyone in here so early. Already getting 8 people on in here, and just let me know down in the comments already any transfer moves, any captaincies as we see a triple captain on DCL has been activated for Kobe. That's mad. To be fair though, you yourself are looking at the captain on DCL. I will bring up your team now, El. You've also got just to set the scene for everyone in the chat who's watching. A bit of a madness has happened, and I will let you take it away, El.
So it's done a few transfers this week.
Just a few.
Took okay. So it took an overall on paper.
On paper.
No messing.
No
minus
messing.
16.
A minus. Oh, hold on. Let me just exaggerate that. A -6. This man has taken a -16. Jeez, go on now. I'll let you explain because it is logical. It is logical.
There is method in my madness.
So there's some method.
Yeah, there's a bit. So the -16 is made up of bringing in 3 double week playing players for non-playing players. So in essence, it's not minusing for those.
Yeah.
Because the -4 is cancelled.
So you basically get the covering points effectively.
Yeah.
And if say
the double playing players play, it's not a minus.
And if say like the midfielder you brought in, say Barnes, gets a clean sheet, then like it's almost an extra bonus in that respect. So it's a little bit more than that, if you know what I mean. But you've got the triple Leeds in there. You're happy to play them against Aston Villa. There's been a little bit of news, although we think it's bollocks, about an Ollie Watkins injury. I wouldn't read too much into it. I'm probably gonna bring him in, to be honest. I really want to target him. This guy saying, I'm new here, just subscribe. Thanks, mate. TC, DCL, Kane or Bruno. Captaincy, something we will definitely come into and have a big discussion on because it's a massive, massive discussion this week. We love Pereira. Can you transfer me some money? Yeah, man, we've both got Pereira. What do you think about Pereira, Al? Because I've been shouting at him all my videos saying I think in the coming weeks he could become a player that everyone's kind of clamouring over.
Yeah. He's also playing out of position at the moment.
Yeah, he's playing right wing.
So he started on the wing last Prem game. And then the way they played in the Europa League, he was almost playing as a cam. He was getting so far up the pitch.
Was he getting in that? Do you reckon, because there is confirmation that Maddison is going to be out, I think, for both games, at least for the first game. So could we see Pereira playing in that Maddison role? That would be quite something.
I saw this on the sort of Leicester forums on Twitter.
They
think that basically Tielemans is going to push up.
But the thing is, I've seen similar things, but in the Europa League, Tielemans did push up, and then it didn't work. And I think Brendan Rodgers has come out and said that didn't work. So I'm going to be playing Tielemans in a deeper role. I think that's what I've heard. So I wouldn't be banking on, especially bringing Tielemans in, if you know what I mean. But because I think he will still play a deeper role. But Leicester assets are ones definitely to keep an eye on. I think that there's a lot of talk about Maddison being out, but the way that Harvey Barnes has been playing, he's so direct, and the way he dribbles, I just think he can do it with or without Maddison, to be honest.
Yeah. Especially against the opposition that they're facing.
Yeah.
Fatty
says you should take another hit for Creswell, make it a -20.
No, I need Cresswell for the later weeks. I've got so much money wrapped up in as well. I got him in so early.
I'm glad to see you using the stream as a little delivery service as well. Right, what's your view on single game week players and a double game week like Rafinha playing Villa? Can see him getting a decent score. Yeah, 100%. I'll move on to my team now. I am personally going to be starting Rafinha. I've got a bit of a tough choice actually. Whether I start Rafinha or whether I start Bamford. I'm leaning towards Rafinha just because he's been outscoring him pretty much every single week for the past 6 or 7 weeks, picking up bonus points out of nothing. So for me, it's Rafinha. Why everyone's so in love with Kane? Just kidding. I can't afford him. Yeah, Kane's like. I'd be very worried to go into the game week without Kane's kind of why I wildcarded because I wanted to attack Kane. I don't actually think his ownership is that high. So I don't think it'll be differential to. Actually, it may still be differential to captain him because everyone who owns him probably won't captain him. Should I bench boost with Ben White, Rafinha, Rob Sanchez, Amity? You've got the three. The main one there is Amity for me. I think White, Rafinha, Rob Sanchez, the perfectly good bench boost. Amity for me, you don't know 100% whether he's going to play. I think he might play one, so I'd maybe lean towards yes because the double game it kind of almost gives more of a likelihood that he will play in at least one of the games. But it's a tough one. Right, else should we have a little discussion about captaincy? So we've both currently got the captain on Kane. You were debating the captain on Calvert-Lewin, and we'll probably just say whatever we say about captains goes for triple captain as well. Do you think that because you're basically just discussing the captain, it's just the extra points on top of that? Obviously, triple captain is I think it's overhyped. Yeah. I think it's overhyped, but
it's not my favourite chip, I have to say.
Nah.
But yeah, I think this is the kind of last week where we know for sure who's going to be in a double game week because there's obviously the ones potentially. I mean, City have got one next week, haven't they?
Yeah, and then Kane.
And there's potentially one in 32.
Spurs are due one, but then with what Mourinho has been saying today, you don't know whether it'll come round and he'll be playing. Then you don't know. So now that we've got these 2 confirmed fixtures,
I mean, if Spurs keep progressing in the Europa League, then they're going to obviously prioritise that over the Prem because
100%.
With the almost like resurgence of Chelsea, I think top 4 has definitely gone for Spurs.
If I had Kane, I would 100%. If I had the triple captain, then triple captaincy is definitely not my area of expertise. I will be saying that right from the bat. If you ask me about triple captains, I'll just be like, I've stank at all of them, to be honest. If I had the triple captain, I would be triple captain Kane, 100%. Now I'm definitely sitting here regretting doing the Salah one, but oh well. I've got Kane captain, but DCL was one that has been discussed. What do you think about DCL?
I think it could be a good one. His fixtures are nice. Saints at home and West Brom away. He'll definitely start both games. Everton back to almost. I think they are at full strength actually now, aren't they? They've got everyone back.
Pretty much.
So I mean, he's an outside pick, but he's still a very good pick. I think Fernandes and Salah are also pretty good picks, especially Sheffield. Against Sheffield with all their sort of defensive issues at the moment. 2 more injuries announced today.
Who's that? Sheffield, really?
Yeah, so all the main guys are out essentially.
Really?
Particularly
to be we've seen it happen before though. I remember Norwich played against Man City last season. They had their whole back line was out, and they kept City out. So you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Never know. Yeah, we could play 6 at the back and just take the draw.
Guy says start Bamford bench Ings. I'm actually looking. I'm actually looking at transferring out Ings. I've not made the move yet, which is why Ings is still there. I'm either going to go Ings to Watkins or Ings to DCL. Now, my thought behind Watkins is he's got the better double game week. It's a tight one, but Leeds and Sheffield, and then after that, got Wolves, Newcastle, got a game week 29, and got a good game week 30. So he's got a very, very good run of fixtures, Watkins does. DCL, though, I think DCL will probably outscore Watkins in this double. But after that, no 29, Chelsea, Burnley, much tougher fixtures. So I'm looking long term. But what do you think about that? Ings to DCL or Watkins?
I think DCL for me out of those.
You reckon?
I think so.
Even with no 29?
Yeah, 29 is still a few weeks off.
Yeah, it's true.
Plus the fact that it's unlikely, but you never know with these Watkins rumours again.
Exactly.
It could be like it was with Grealish last week.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of waiting to see with him. I think I'd lean towards Watkins 100%. Like, just because I think they can do well.
Also with Watkins though, I think Watkins without Grealish is not Watkins with Grealish, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know. I completely get you. Like the supply they're going to get is a lot worse. So I think that West Brom fixture, DCL could go mad. He could go mad. And yeah, with the Everton, I think it's a very, very small possibility of a double game at 28, but there is a possibility. This guy says, I have 2 Leeds boys, Bamford and Dallas, Ings and Guaita in the bench. Should I bench boost? Ings and Guaita.
Who have Palace got? United and Fulham, isn't it?
Fulham and United, so we'll be keeping a clean sheet and winning both games. I don't mind that though, because why not? Because you've got Ings against Everton. I think Ings can score. Guaita has got the double game week, and there's not really going to be a much better time to play him unless you hang around until game at 28, because Ings and Guaita probably have better fixtures in 28. So I think Guaita plays West Brom and Ings plays maybe Brighton, but Brighton have been good defensively. So Bamford all day over Ings.
That could be a shout, to be fair.
Actually, I've rotated out Donk for Bamford. Fair enough. Go on now.
At what point does you get minuses off goals conceded? Would it need to concede 3 against United to get a minus, or is it 2?
It's so every minus is 2, so it's like 2, 4, 6, so on, so on, so on.
Oh, I see. Okay, so he might. I mean, you never know. United could.
No chance, mate. No chance. He's gonna make about 15 saves.
He probably will, but then
do a backflip, save a Rashford pen.
That'll be Bruno pen, to be fair.
Nah, Rashford will step up and take it. Bruno will be back. Actually, should I take a -12 to bring in Dean? I'm already on -8, bringing in Kane, Barnes, and DCL. Who's it for? One thing I'd ask. Who's the minus? Who's the minus?
It's my strategy, then. Do it.
If it's for a player who's not going to play at all, then I'd lean towards yes. But if it's someone who's going to play and has got a double, then probably not. Thoughts on the Diagne triple captain coming in for David Middlemass? I mean, I know how you like to play the game, fella. So why the hell not? You do you, mate. You do you. Some big plays being made, and if he scores, massive differential could send you above Owen. Who knows? Who should I sell to get Barnes and Dean, Salah or Son? Or should I just keep both Salah and Son? Personally, yeah, keeping Son 100%. Salah, I'd probably for those replacements, I don't think Barnes is a good enough replacement for Salah, especially if you're looking at a hit. As a single swap, I don't know, it could allow you to do stuff, but then if you're minusing after that, if you know what I mean, if the first transfer is to get rid of Salah so that you can then fund another player for a -4, I don't think it's worth it. I think just holding on to Salah and Son is probably the way to go. McCarthy, Areola, Diaz, Shaw, White, Konsa, Kane, Bruno, Salah, Gundo, Barnes, Rafinha, Kane, Watkins. That's one hell of a mouthful. Jesus Christ.
For a bench.
The only thing I don't like there is the goalkeepers. But I guess that's going to be very hard for you to change. So I think this probably is the best opportunity that team has to bench boost. Who do United have next week? Who do United have 27? Oh, City. Yeah, no chance. Yeah, this is probably your best opportunity. And United play Chelsea. We'll come on to the buffoon section later, El. United have Chelsea. And I can see them keeping a clean sheet. I can't lie. I can. Chelsea have been poor, going forward especially. They don't really have that many. The only player who can score really is Giroud. Absolute bowler. That Bicey by the day. Oh, I'll comment to it in a second. But did you watch the Palace game, Mel? This is my segment.
To be honest, I only saw the goal from Twitter. Like, I can't believe more fuss wasn't really made of it. It was an amazing goal, to be fair.
Oh, absolute robbery. Brighton got robbed, but I couldn't be happier about it. I think one thing to mention as well, no Zaha. Zaha is not back for the Fulham game, so I'm messing up with my mic. And probably won't be back for the United game as well. I can't see them kind of... They said he's touch and go with kind of next week, and I can't see against United why they would kind of risk it. Because it would be it could almost be a game to just write off and be like, right, boys, 11 men behind the ball, we'll defend it out. But yeah, I don't see why they would take the risk. I'm captain KDB, high risk, high reward. Yeah, KDB opinions, Al. Not necessarily for the captain, just kind of generally.
I mean, he's back, isn't he now?
He's back.
He's back. He's also back in a City team that's like playing like a City team now. I mean, the start of the season obviously didn't have a great start when KDB was in, and he wasn't a great pick for his price at the start, but now he's back in City and motoring again.
Are they motoring though? Are they motoring?
I don't think you can say they're not. Like,
in terms of but I mean, like, in terms of, I'd say they're cruising rather than motoring.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
either or.
Because I mean, they're literally just like they're bossing it 100%. But I mean, in terms of motoring, the connotations I guess I take from that is they're like, motoring through teams, if you get me. So in terms of like, but at the minute they're just beating teams like 1-2-0. So I don't actually think, I like owning Gundogan, but I don't think City attacking assets are actually that good because they're literally just winning games like 1-2-0. So realistically, you're only going to be getting one or two attacking returns. Did you watch the Arsenal game?
No,
they went into they were just passing it around. It was a training ground exercise for them. At any point they could have gone bang. It literally was.
But they beat Liverpool 4-1. They beat Spurs 3-0.
Yeah.
And then they beat Aston 3-1. So they still can.
True, but I think those are typically games. Not because obviously City can, and like the potential Gundogan, De Bruyne, Sterling have to haul is obviously massive. But the teams you've listed there are all the teams that could have potentially challenged them, if you know what I mean. So they've kind of stamped their mark down on the likes of Spurs, Liverpool, so on. So I would just argue if they're against the likes of Wolves and West Ham, I can just see them, cruising by 1-0ers, and the defenders are probably the ones. Let's read through a couple more comments. Maddison to Barnes, -4, or play Loughton. It's a tough one with Maddison because he's out.
I'd go with Barnes, to be honest.
Yeah, but for so you would transfer Maddison to Barnes for a -4 rather than just playing Loughton, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think also Barnes kind of long term. I don't think it's a bad move to make at all because after game week 26, Leicester's fixtures until about 35 look pretty unreal with a little break. 29 they don't play, and 30 they've got Man City, so that's kind of the only break. But other than that, Barnes till 35 could be a massive pick. Bamford to TCL. -4, just play Rafinha. Yeah, I think just play Rafinha. I think Bamford you're going to want back in for 29, so you're taking a -4 to then have to use a free transfer down the line to bring back in Bamford. Whereas I think DCL will outscore Rafinha, yes, but I think Rafinha is good enough to play this game week. So you don't have to take that -4 personally. What do you think, El? Is it worth taking Bamford out?
No, I don't think so. It's like you said, you want Bamford and Rafinha in for 29.
You'd almost.
And obviously, it depends when you got Bamford in, but you might lose quite a lot of money on Bamford now. He's had quite a lot of price.
Well, I guess if you can go Bamford to DCL, he'll have that money cut. Like he'll be easily able to go DCL back down to Bamford, if you know what I mean.
True.
So I guess it's just playing the game of take the -4 now to then have to use a free transfer down the line. When down the line you'll be able to make a free transfer to bring in yet another free game week player.
Yeah.
So you effectively, the fixture that you lose out on Bamford having this week compared to DCL, you'll gain if you use the free transfer that you were going to use to bring Bamford back in for DCL by transferring another player who has a blank game week. That was a very long-winded, but I hope that was understood. Guys, we are currently on 20 people in the stream. We're on 6 likes. If you guys don't mind hitting that like button, I really, really appreciate it. Genuinely, really appreciate all the support of late. We're getting so close to that 700 mark. Road to 1K is going to happen. It will happen. And if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button as well, I really, really do appreciate it. Any comments you're picking up on, Bell? Or should I just keep reading them through as we go?
Yeah, just keep going, I guess.
So this guy said Stone and Salah versus Reguilon and De Bruyne on a wild card. Having Stones means I have to take a -4 to get a good team for the blank game week 29. So this guy he's clearly planning ahead. So the Stones and Salah move means a -4 is on the cards. Reguilon and De Bruyne. So I think we'll separate it out. So just because there are probably a couple of other players I would also advise, if you know what I mean. But first of all, we'll go for the 2 pairings and then break it down from there. So Stones and Salah versus Reguilon and De Bruyne. What's your which pairing would you pick out?
I would probably go for Stones and Salah, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think City could easily get a double clean sheet this week. Salah's against the weak Sheffield.
100%.
Reguilon's he's not always set to play. I know he's been playing more so recently, but
yeah,
he's not nailed like.
I'd say that I think he's going to play. I think he's going to play both of the double game weeks. But if you're planning on having Reguilon up until game week 29, that's a very grey area. You know, you don't know if he'll play up until that point. Salah versus De Bruyne, I think I'd have to go with Salah, to be honest. I just think there's so much of a kind of hype that De Bruyne is back that people almost forget that he wasn't actually that good before he was injured, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think part of that was the way that City were playing in general.
Yeah.
It's a good point. Like Salah's Liverpool's main man. If Liverpool score, it's probably Salah involvement, where City can spread the goals.
I'm definitely more worried this week about not owning Salah than not owning De Bruyne. Maybe it's an ownership thing, but I just think Salah, the potential for Salah for me is always there more than De Bruyne, I think. And then in terms of to break it down a little bit, you said you have to take the -4. I guess you could maybe go Target over Stones, although Stones did get rested in the Champions League, so it's very likely that he will play. But I think if you want that cover for 29, you don't have to take a -4 because realistically, Stones, it bit me last time, so he's got a brace against Palace. But realistically, Stones is only going to pick up 2 clean sheets and probably going to get rotated in one of the games coming up. And if you're going to have to take that -4, I'd probably just, bring Target in now for the double game week. Got great fixtures up until 29, has a 29 and also good game week 30. So I'd probably go Target and Salah would be what I'd be looking to go for personally. Should I get Lookman?
Target's a shout, to be fair,
Yeah, it's kind of one I wish I don't know if I would, because I do really like the double of Soyuncu and Pereira. I think that's massively. I think owning one Leicester defender is differential enough. Owning 2 is jeez, with the fixtures they've got coming up.
Yeah,
I am to be fair planning on taking Soyuncu out. I think for 29, but I think just in the coming game weeks, the fixtures they've got, I'd be. Because you don't know if Pereira's going to play both games in a double, or if he's going to play all the games up until 28. But if Leicester keep 2 clean sheets out of the 4, that could send me flying. This guy says, should I get Lookman or Bertrand Traore in for Grealish? -4 hit. One thing I'd say, Harvey Barnes, the giz you see on there, if you haven't already got him, I'd go for him. Out of the 2 of Bertrand Traore and Lookman now, I think I'd lean towards Traore. I don't know. Who would you lean towards?
That's a hard one, to be fair.
I think Traore's definitely got the fixtures and will be playing.
He's a good player
with Grealish out.
It's just we haven't seen much of Villa without Grealish this season.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't know how it'll look going forward. Essentially, Lookman's good, but the Spurs could easily sit back against Fulham. They could get a goal and then just do Mourinho style.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a hard one.
I'd probably
go Traore overall.
I think Traore probably lasts a bit longer term. He's got so does Traore. So they both do.
I guess Lookman's got the nicer one. But
yeah, but then I guess you flip it round and like Villa have got the nicer fixtures now if you're not for the double. Yeah, I think they're good picks. I personally lean towards Traore, but Barnes, if you don't have him already, would definitely be the one I'd go for. Pick 2 to play: Cancelo, Shaw, Rafinha. I think for me that's between Cancelo and Shaw. Yes, Rafinha's been bossing it, but I'd probably out of those two attacking fullbacks, I'd be looking for the double fixture. But just because the potential of Cancelo and Shaw getting like 20 plus pointers. There is potential there, whereas Rafinha, probably the max you're going to get is maybe a brace. Whereas Cancelo and Shaw could go absolutely ham across the double. Because of what Pep's been saying, I'd almost lean towards Cancelo. I think he's been saying, Cancelo's power of recovery is incredible. He may only play one game though. And as a United fan, do you think Shaw will play both games for sure? For sure, sure.
Yeah, I think so. That Crystal Palace game I'd be wary of a little bit, especially in terms of Bruno, because that's the Wednesday, I think.
You don't think Bruno's going to play?
If not, then definitely reduce minutes against Palace, because we've got a City on the Sunday, then we play into Milan, AC Milan the week after.
So Bruno could be getting a bench, could he?
Well, he got benched against Sociedad. Yesterday, so he's had kind of a rest. Yeah. He came on for half time. But
I think that was. I think he will. I think he will play.
Palace fan, but
yeah.
I think at the moment United can beat Palace without Bruno.
I don't know. This is
Cavani and Donny are back.
This is not even me being biased. This is me just like I'm looking at this through like a United tint rather than like a Palace tint. I don't think United are. It's obvious to say, but anywhere near the team they are without. Was it Sheffield United? Was Southampton that Bruno didn't play in the first half, and you were getting beat? It was Sheffield, wasn't it?
Might have been West Ham actually.
It was one of them. You were getting beat.
I remember.
And then Bruno comes on after half time.
So
you could see, he may come on at half time, but I think Bruno probably gets the start. Right, I think he probably more likely gets the start, gets very managed minutes rather than gets benched and then has to come off the bench to make the impact.
Mm-hmm. Especially if we get beat by Chelsea.
Yeah,
Bruno will. I think Bruno will start both.
Yeah.
How many minutes will he get against Palace?
But anyway, back to the question, because we're on about Luke Shaw. So Cancelo Shaw.
I think Shaw will play.
So I guess if you want a more confirmed player to play both game weeks, probably Shaw. But I think Cancelo has the upside as well. So I'd probably be going for one of those two. Wildcard, I'll take a -12 hit, including remove Sterling, hit to bring DCL plus Kane plus Barnes. Geez, so it's a -12, but it's not kind of like you've been doing, El, where you're taking out dud players who weren't going to play, so the points aren't covered, especially for someone like Sterling who could play the double game week. I guess name is Noza. If you wildcard. Would you be able to, I guess, would you make other moves and would you attack the game week even more? I think this is not a bad time to wildcard and kind of really attack this game week while also planning for future game weeks. The Leicester boys look really good for this game week. You can obviously, have the Leeds boys and lob them on your bench. Kane and Son look good for a long period of time. TCL's a good one to target. So there are a lot of people who you can kind of have in your team. And also, the big one, Leno and Martinez rotation, or have a bit of that. I want everyone to go and take a look at how well Leno and Martinez rotate, and then you'll be hitting that wild card so quick. You'll be hitting that wild card so quick. Martinez and Leno rotation is the one. Quote me. Snippet.
The thing is with Martinez, you take him out for a game, you don't think he's going to do very well, and then he goes and gets 10 points.
Nah, but I mean, against City and Liverpool, I don't know. I mean, maybe not Liverpool, but against City.
That's fair enough.
Yeah,
against City.
I think I'd happily
definitely
bench Martinez against the likes of City, even Liverpool. Will Reguilon start? I believe so. I think they look so much better with him. I think he'll play both games. When he's fit, it seems like he's the one Mourinho goes to. It's just the injury problems that he has. But yeah, we're kind of 20 people, 14 like guys. If we could push that up to 15, maybe even get a 20 likes in here. If you don't mind hitting that subscribe button as well, I really would appreciate it. Probably end up going for another. What are we on? We're going for about half an hour, so probably like 20 more minutes. I'm not sure. My parents are ordering a Chinese for tonight, so I don't know.
Oh.
I left them at their own devices, so hopefully they can figure it out. Reguilon or Ricardo? I've personally gone for Ricardo. I think he's better for a longer period of time than Reguilon. Reguilon he's got a very good double and the 29 if he plays up until then. So, it's one of those. It's a tough decision. I've gone for Ricardo, but maybe go with your gut. Maybe you think Reguilon's the one. Triple captain Kane or DCL? L. Boom. Shoot.
If I had to say it without much thinking, I have to say Kane.
But
I think DCL
is your instant reaction. Go with your gut, fella. If you're feeling DCL, go DCL. If you're feeling Kane, go with Kane. Is it worth taking hits for Pereira? Completely depends who it's for. City Boss confirmed Gundogan will be rested tomorrow. Gundogan's getting a rest tomorrow, is he? That's interesting.
I'll check that. I haven't seen that today.
Go and get the main, the Snoop the L reporter on that. You go look that up, and we'll have a think. Thanks, guys. Yeah, no worries, man. Is it worth taking a hit out for Perry? Yeah, as I said, it's completely dependent who you're taking him out for. Whether the player has a single game week, double game week, doesn't play at all. Our team is quite similar to mine. We both have Ings, Vestergaard, Kane, Rafinha, Dallas, Fernandes, and Son. Yeah, I'm looking at taking out Danny Ings at the minute, but the rest of them I'm thinking of changing. I really like Vestergaard for the coming weeks and sort of up until about game week 32. Also, I think Vestergaard will score. He looks so dangerous when he gets into the penalty box. And James Ward-Prowse obviously has incredible deliveries that I think in the coming weeks he will grab a goal. Hopefully it's not against Everton because he is last on the bench. Thanks, guys. No worries, Jake. We're planning to transfer out Loughton and Hudson-Odoi in game week 27. Hudson-Odoi is a mad pick. For Trossard and White, then Ings and Vestergaard out for Watkins, a target game in 28, and then Cancelo and for Creswell in 29. You've got it all planned out, fella. That's a mad plan. I will say that Vestergaard Ings have very, very nice fixtures, 31, 30, 31, 32. So, maybe it's worth, keeping likes of Vestergaard around to then. I don't mind getting Danny Ings out at all. As I said earlier, I'm looking at taking out Ings for sure. Getting him gone, just very frustrating for him to go and get the bench last week. Southampton do have very good fixtures coming up though. So, they've got Everton this game week. Okay, not the best. Everton not been too great defensively though, although they did play better defensively against Liverpool. Then they've got Sheffield. The Man City game is appearance points. And then they've got Brighton, who, it's a tougher fixture, at least from an attacking perspective than they make out. So I'm humming and hawing about Ings, but I think I will be getting rid of him from -8. Most likely Ollie Watkins. Just want to get a bit more confirmation on this kind of Ollie Watkins rumour injuries going around for sure. That's how we do, man. That's how we do. Brought in Shaw and Kane for Antonio.
Just on the Gundogan thing.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry. I can't find anything. There's a lot of speculation because he played full 90 in the Champions League. He only played one, but Pep himself hasn't said anything. So.
Okay, so nothing in the actual presser itself. So no. I think for me, Gundogan's just even if he plays a single game week, they've got 2 double game weeks coming up, Man City. So I think just the fact as well that with Gundogan, because he's so cheap, I don't mind if he gets benched as much as I would mind if, say, I own De Bruyne. Like if De Bruyne got benched in any of the next kind of 4 fixtures, I guess you'd be a bit gutted, to be honest. Even though I definitely would expect Gundogan and De Bruyne to get benched at least once in the next 4 fixtures they have, the 2 doubles. So, Yeah, I think I'd be a bit more annoyed. And I think they actually offer the similar attacking potential. So Gundogan's definitely one for me. Minus 0.1 million of short. Get Castagna in. Yeah, Castagna, now he's back fit, great option. If it's the same, it's a similar sort of thing with Pereira, where if they can both stay fit, then they look like really, really good options. And Castagna at the start of the season, if you remember, was absolutely smashing it. He was picking up assists and attacking returns in like every single game he was playing. So I really, really do like Castagna. I think Pereira's the one I've gone for just because, there's speculation. Well, we've speculated that he could be playing in that number 10 role. But he started against Aston Villa in right wing. So for me, Pereira looks unbelievable. And just
even that'll do. Yeah.
Exactly. The whole potential is there. And I know you've brought him in as well, El. Like the look of him for sure. Best triple captain. With the captaincy, I mean, the one I would go for, if I were to pick a triple captain personally, I'd go for Kane. That's who I would go for. But it's all personal to kind of, what you think, what your gut's telling you. Go with your gut. Then at least if it doesn't go well, you'll feel better about it. But Kane, I think, is the obvious one and definitely not one to be overlooked. Thoughts on Bernardo Silva? The number one manager in the world got him instead of Gundogan. Yeah, I have seen that. Bernardo Silva, as we've seen, has very, very high potential to haul. As do all of the City boys. I think it's just a matter of picking who you think is going to play and who you think is going to do well. Gundogan and Bernardo Silva both started in the Champions League. So whether we'll see some rotation, it literally just is a lottery with the City assets. I think Gundogan's like 1.4 mil cheaper. So just value for money wise, I just think he offers the most for Man City. But with all of the City assets, they are good options on their day. What do you think, El? Bernardo Silva?
I don't know. It's similar to what you said. The fact he's so much more expensive, is it worth it?
Yeah, exactly.
I'd probably argue it isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were number one, you must have had so much luck, so it'll probably be an amazing pick.
To be fair, though, in terms of, I looked at it and the period that he brought in Silva, if he'd have picked Gundogan, Gundogan over that period would have got a lot more points. So I think it's just the recency bias of, Silva getting a goal and an assist in the Champions League and Silva getting a goal and assist in the previous Man City game is probably kind of maybe swaying, like it would turn your head a bit.
I think I still go Gundogan out of the two. Yeah.
Hey Penguin, how you doing, fella? It was good chatting to you in the Llama Lounge, that FPL lounge with Boona and Llama and them lot. Hopefully I'll be able to join you for a little bit tomorrow morning. I think I'm planning on doing a stream. You're not about tomorrow morning, are you, Al?
Not tomorrow morning, no.
That's unfortunate. The deadline is 11. So I think for anyone tuning in now, I'm going to be doing a deadline stream probably from about 10:30. But I know you're planning on doing a stream at 11:45, about 10. So so that's a bit of advertisement for you guys. FPL Penguin will be doing a deadline stream from about 10 tomorrow. So I'll be hoping to try and hop in there and join you, mate, for a bit and get those last minute transfers and decisions in. They called us mad getting rid of Salah on a wild card, but he's laughing now. Yeah, man. I am. The Salah blank was nice. The only thing about it was the fact that Kane blanked as well meant that it didn't really matter because the main, I guess, competition for me was like I've taken out Salah to get Kane, so it's like a Kane versus Salah thing. So Kane doing nothing didn't really mean that Salah's blank actually had that much of an effect for me. You've still got Salah, haven't you, Al? But no Son, which is it's an interesting. Did you took out Son for ages ago, didn't you? Actually, you've been a non-Son owner for a while.
Quite a while ago. Turned out to be okay in the end. He's blank most games since I took him out. To be fair.
Yeah, this could be the one that hurts, but I hope it is.
Could be the one.
I hope it's a painful. Nah, man, it could be the one. It could be the one. Guys, we are 1 like off 20. If you don't mind, if anyone in here hasn't liked the stream, and just push that up to 20. That would make my day. Yeah, hit that subscribe button as well. And thanks everyone for joining. We're 22 people now, and I really appreciate everyone being here and sharing the love of the FPL community. Not to get too cliche. Will Gundo be less attacking now that KDB is back? Well, if you look at his goal returns before KDB was playing, before KDB got injured, he was still getting returns. And I think Gundogan will do just as fine. What about you, Al? Now KDB's back.
Yeah, I'd almost ask the opposite. Will Gundo playing so well at the moment make KDB drop deeper?
Yeah, will.
I don't think so. I think, like you said, he was doing well when KDB was here. He did well when KDB wasn't here, so he'll probably on carry.
Because Gundo he has that role of the he makes very last minute runs into the box. Which is how he's been picking up assists and goals. So I think that the position he's been playing, he played there in the Champions League as well. I think he'll be making those late runs into the box and still be absolutely smashing it. Right, I plan on probably going for about an hour. So we'll move on to the ye old Barmeling Buffone section, where you tell us in the chat. Or just, we're going to go through some predictions. There's a lot of teams to go through. So I reckon rather than just like going into depth of the games, we sort of just give our quick predictions so that we can actually get through all the games. Because last week, silly me, I didn't manage to get through all the games. So today, just let us know in the chat. We'll start off with the Manchester City versus West Ham game. Let us know your predictions. Get them down in the chat. And hopefully we can all agree to some extent, but disagreement. I guess the opinion is what makes it fun. Man City, West Ham, L. Shoot.
I'm gonna say I don't think it will be high scoring necessarily. I think both teams are good teams. It is the early kickoff as well, so that's not ideal. Maybe just a 2-0 City. Maybe a 2-1.
I'm going to go with a 1-0 Man City. And I can just imagine Owen saying now, you think you're being smart, aren't you? Yes, I do. West Brom versus Brighton. Can we see the main man, Diagne? We've got a 2-0 City in there from Dylan as well. Completely agree. West Brom, Brighton. Can we see Diagne pick a goal for David in the triple captain?
I think he will, to be honest. I think it'll be... It just feels like a 1-1 this game, to be honest.
1-1. Guy comes in with question mark. Just dull us down. Kane injured? No, Kane is not injured. That is fake news. Fake news. Kane is not injured. Don't panic. He better not be. I hope he's not. We got 3-1 City. I think West Ham at number goal. Another 2-0 City. DCL triple captain, mate. Go with your gut. DCL definitely a good captaincy option for this week. So if you're feeling it, why the hell not? I think West Brom will score in this game after that Brighton loss. I think that's going to hurt them a lot. I think it will hurt them. And Brighton, attacking-wise, are going to... I reckon this is going to be a 1-1 West Brom-Brighton, personally. Tight game. Neither side will want to lose it. Brighton now very much in the relegation scrap because of that absolute dominant performance by Crystal Palace. Mate, I'll tell you what though. Did you see the
lucky last minute goal? But lucky wait,
did you see that Matete goal though? Oh, the double nutmeg! If you can't tell, I'm
not gonna lie. You should not have won that game, but it's a nice goal.
We should not have won that game. When that ball comes, I'm banging on about this. We're doing. I've said we're going to rapid fire this. Now I'm banging on about Palace. But when that ball comes across from Townsend, me and my dad are both sitting there thinking, "Oh my God, he's going to sky it." Jesus, we've got 0-0, 1-1, West Brom 0-0, 2-1 Brighton. Yeah, I mean some very fair results there. Leaning towards Brighton rather than West Brom, but most people going with the draws. Leeds, Aston Villa. No Grealish, but Leeds have just played midweeks and Bamford looked absolutely knackered. So could this game be coming a little bit too soon for Leeds?
It's another hard one to predict this. Obviously, Villa, although without Grealish, still solid defensively.
Yeah.
And Leeds' performance last week against Southampton was really, really good. So I could see quite a high-scoring game, or I could just see Leeds dominating. I think it would go either of those ways, really, which isn't really helpful to predictions, I guess.
Really fair.
What are you saying?
Out. Boom! I'm going 2-2.
2-2. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. 2-1 to Leeds, I think.
2-1 to Leeds. Dylan agrees in the chat. Newcastle Wolves. I'm gonna go for a nice little Wolves win. 1-0 to Wolves. Simple. We're gonna see Pedro. Go on, my man Pedro now. Go on, my man. What are you saying? 3-2 Leeds win.
Yeah, I'd probably say 1-2-0 Wolves.
1-2-0 win. Leeds have never lost to Villa. That's a massive stat there. If that is true, then my word. I could see Villa scoring, but people going for the Leeds win. We've got 3-1, 3-2.
Yeah, I'd agree with that Leeds win.
Newcastle Wolves, I think we've gone for 1-0. Crystal Palace Fulham. Give it to me, Al. Give it to me.
I think this would just be 0-0, to be honest. It's two
0-0.
Reasonably solid at the back teams.
We're stinky.
Amazing. Against Fulham, though, I don't know.
Yeah, Fulham are pretty stinky as well.
12 o'clock on a Sunday as well. It's not going to be very lively.
No.
Just a 0, and it's on BBC. And it's on BBC Sport as well. It's not even on Sky.
2-1 Wolves. So people going with the Wolves victory. But what's your prediction for the Palace game?
Just 0-0, I think. To be honest.
0-0. Standard procedure. I'm backing my boys. 2-0. Matip brace. I'm going to go 3-0. Matip brace. Benteke is going to come and score a bicycle kick from the halfway line. He's got that much confidence now he's scored. Yeah. That'll do tidy. 2-0 Wolves. 2-1. Fulham 1-0. Fulham 1-0. Fulham 1-0. Are you having a laugh? Are you having a giggle? Everyone going for Fulham. No way. I mean, to be fair, we've been absolutely awful of late. So I can completely understand where people are. And maybe you're going a little bit soft where you're not going for Fulham because I'm here. But I think the draw is also a fair prediction. But yeah.
If you were away, I would definitely say Fulham.
Fulham played good. Fulham played good football. So did Brighton, and they lost, mate. So I'm joking. We were awful.
Yeah, not wrong.
We did but I'm saying that as if it's a bit. We were awful against Brighton. So the only thing I can take into the game would be Palace will have more confidence, but I completely understand why people are going for a Fulham win. And if I wasn't a Palace fan, I'd probably be going for a draw or leaning towards a Fulham win. But my goggles are well and truly firmly on. Vardy for Kane -4 long term. No, thank you, mate. No, thank you. So Guaita bench burst, but yeah, 0-0 prediction. Guaita picked up a lot of save points as well. A lot of save points. Fulham 9-0. I'll believe it when I see it. MC Moyes coming in with an Areola clean sheet. Yeah, if Areola keeps a clean sheet, he'll be picking up a lot of bonus, a lot of save points as well. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go until the end of this page, which is I think we'll kind of do the first round of fixtures, and then I'll cover the second round of fixtures tomorrow with Owen.
Sound.
That works. So Leicester Arsenal. I'm triple Leicester. You're double Leicester. So let's have a bit of that Leicester fun, please. I see Fulham running away with this one 2-0. Fair, man. Fair. Completely fair. What are you saying? Leicester Arsenal. Give me a Harvey.
Another hard one.
Harvey Barnes hat-trick, please. Thank you kindly.
Yeah, the fact Arsenal struggled to beat was it Benfica the other day? Really struggled to beat them.
A good side, but yeah, I know what you mean.
But
Leicester 2-1,
it's like
Leicester 2-2.
Benfica as a comparison versus Leicester. Leicester are a lot better than Benfica.
Have been bossing it. Don't have Madison. Big miss for them.
2-1
but
it is. But I think they can still do well.
I want the nil. I'm desperate for the nil because I have 2 Burnley defenders.
The nil would be nice. Yeah.
If that's a nil, I get 9 points because you get the clean sheet points from what's his face Barnes, and then the two Leicester defenders. So yeah, I'm hoping that Leicester 3-1. So people think Arsenal will score, but people think that Leicester will nick it. Spurs Burnley. Now this would be a nice game for the nice sort of in the bracket of 8, 9, 10-0. That'd be pretty tidy. in that kind of bracket, I think it's fair. What do we reckon of?
this is one of my sort of reservations with Captain and Kane.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I just think this game will be 1-1.
1-1. Jeez, he's coming out. Vardy loves scoring against Arsenal. Vardy does love scoring against Arsenal. It's very true. As long as Leicester don't concede, I agree on it.
Oh yeah. There's few Leicester defenders then in the comments.
Yeah, Dylan agreeing with the 1-1 if that's for the Spurs game.
I don't know. I've got a feeling. I mean, it could be 3-0 Spurs quite easily as well.
We got 3-1. Kane hat trick. I wonder if this guy owns Kane. Maybe, I don't know. Can you tell? Arsenal score for sure. They attack better than defend. Yeah, I agree. And with Aubameyang picking up some form and Tierney back, Arsenal could definitely score. I think it's going to be a nice, simple little 2 or 3-0 Spurs. I'm going to go 3-0 because I want it to be 3-0.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
You're going 1-1, 5-0 is like it was the last season. Burnley will park. It's going to park the train, not the bus. Yeah, easy.
I think Spurs will get a goal, park the bus, and then Burnley will get one at the end.
Train as well. Yeah, fair enough.
Mourinho is awful at holding on to Leeds.
He is, and that's how he sets his teams up, which is weird because they dominate the periods when they try to score. So if they just continue doing that, they'll probably comfortably beat teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm going with the Spurs 3-0. You're going with the 1-1. Chelsea United, your team United. Let's see if the bias comes out.
Again, it's another really hard one. Chelsea are back to playing reasonably well. United have got some good rests. In terms of players being rested against Sociedad, but we've also got quite a lot of injuries. Pogba's out, Cavani's out, Donny's out. I don't know. I think we mentioned it last stream, but again, that game is determined on who plays the centre back. Because if it's Maguire and Lindelof against Chelsea,
could be Timo Werner. Could he be?
United would just sit back and but if we play Bay and Maguire, then
it's going to be the Super Sunday hyped up game that's going to end 0-0. That's my verdict.
0-0, yeah. I think you have to
impressed, but 0-0, yeah, because you can actually see it happening. But fair enough. You see United nicking it, maybe.
United win 2-1.
United win 2-0. 2-1. Empty ones with the Chelsea. We've had 2-0 Chelsea. Fair play, man. You could see either side nicking it in this. Is triple going with Dylan? Is triple captain KDB on a 12:30 Saturday morning too? Risk. I know. Did the timings come in that much for you in play in terms of your captaincy? I know a lot of people
to be fair,
don't like captaining the first, but I guess because of the double game week, that's less as big of a deal, if you know what I mean. Like if you're triple captaining De Bruyne, you think that he will play both games. So even if he doesn't do well in that first game, you're backing he's going to do well in that second game. So I think the main question is, do you think he's going to play both games? And do you think he's going to smash both games? I don't think the timing in a double game week, as it were, should be as much of a big deal as people do put on it. Go for it. Bus versus Trey Mourinho versus Dyche. Kane triple captain this week. Let's go, lads. Yeah, let's have it. 0-0. We've got Chelsea 5, United 0. Jeez. I feel like we've got. I was gonna say.
And Jack put a 6-0 Chelsea.
Do we have a few Chelsea fans in the band? I was gonna be whipping out the bands.
That's a disaster.
Put him on a timeout. Chelsea 1, Man United 0. No one's backing United. Fans is backing United 2-1. 6-0.
Lindelof is going to make United win. That is appalling.
Mate, you don't even have the faith in your team as well. Let's see it, El. Let's see the 10-0 United in the chat.
Let's go.
Give yourself some backing. Is triple captain DCL risky? Go with your gut, mate. Go with your gut. United never lost. In terms of the risk, I don't think a DCL captain is that much of a risk. It's definitely differential, but I think he's going to do well. So Pereira, West Bromwich Albion, or Dyer to start this game week. If Dyer plays both games, he could do well, but so could Pereira. That's a tough one. El, what do you think on that one? United never lost away, so not going to lose. Fair enough, man. Pereira or Dyer to start this week, and I'm talking about the West Brom Pereira.
Oh, the West Brom. Oh yeah. I think it's one of them, isn't it, where you kind of want to back the attacker over the defender.
Yeah, you definitely do.
And although Spurs will probably do well going forward,
set pieces as well. Pereira.
Yeah, I'll probably go Pereira. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Pereira's a fair shout. You don't also, that Pereira will probably play both games, whereas you don't know whether there's going to be a bit of rotation. We've got 9-0 United coming in, followed by a 10-0 Chelsea. Timo Werner hat-trick and Havertz brace. Havertz is going to make a cameo for 2 minutes and score 2 goals within there. Vardy triple captain. He loves a game as goal. That's
Havertz. Havertz. Get out.
Gets out.
I'd rather Fellaini, to be honest.
Fellaini, I mean, he's got better stats. But with the Vardy thing, I think that owning personally, I think Vardy triple captain maybe a stretch. I know that like he loves scoring against them, so it's definitely, people are considering DCL as a differential. Vardy is definitely a differential, even just owning him. I don't mind it though. I really don't mind it. Go for it. One goal from Rudiger, one from Jorginho. Take the West Brom United. Spurs will concede. And
Chelsea fans,
our last game, Sheffield United versus Liverpool. Could we see another upset for Liverpool, or are they just going to breeze it away? Salah scoring. What do you say, Al? I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
Sheffield get a goal. Interesting. I was going to say 3-0 Liverpool.
3-0 Liverpool.
I just think Sheffield with their injuries at the moment. If Sheffield had a full strength team, then maybe. But they've got nearly 6 defensive injuries.
Yeah.
So there's no chance they're going to open up to Liverpool.
Yeah.
I just want to ride out that game with sort of damage limitation.
2-3-0 on that one. Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Dan James is better than Havertz. Yeah, I agree.
You got Sheffield 1, Liverpool 0. Another. You know what? Why not? I'm going to go with Sheffield United 2, Liverpool 1. Clip it. We'll see you later.
Mad.
Mental. First round. No Everton game. No Everton game. Oh, do we not have the Everton game in here? Okay, we'll cover the Everton game. Do I have the second?
Go on then.
What is the...
So it's Everton at home against Saints.
Everton at home against Saints. We'll cover that one as well. 1-0 Sheffield. 1-0 Sheffield. 1-0 Sheffield. Let's go. This guy wants Salah Mane. That's what all the Chelsea fans are going 1-0 Sheffield as well.
Since when did Sheffield become these giant beaters?
Let's go. Swifty boss man, how you doing, fella? Take care, mate. Take care. Good to see you in here, mate. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you are doing well. We got a Rainbow Six Siege professional player in the stream right now. So check it out. Swifty_50_99. Good to see you, fella. Good to see you. Everton, Southampton, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one. So what are we saying for that one?
2-0. 3-1 Everton.
3-1 Everton. Back in Everton. I think it'll be tighter than that. I think Southampton will score. I'm going to go 2-2. I'm back in Southampton.
Yeah.
Hopefully Vestergaard doesn't get that goal. But get a goal in this game. Oh, yeah, I mean, if he gets an own goal, whatever, man. I'm not playing him, so he's sitting last on the bench, so whatever happens, DCL going to brace 2-0 Everton. Imagine United fans just predict Liverpool to win 3-0, freaking 3-0. Yeah, they're calling it.
Yeah, but
you
you can't be biased though, can you?
Yeah,
but you've got to be.
You got to be. You got to be fair.
I mean, I would love Sheffield to go and batter Liverpool 12-0, but it's just not realistic.
We got to put our neutral caps on, or as much as we can. So like for the Palace game, realistically, I do agree. I think that'll be like a 0-0 game. But I got to back my team, you know what I mean? Got to back my team. 2-2, boys. Everton 4-1. Southampton.
That's huge.
Wait, is Everton, Southampton? Oh, okay, big win, yeah. I thought you were saying Southampton, big win, but yeah, I get you. DCL hat-trick. Everyone back in DCL. Do I make the DCL move then? That's something I'm going to ponder. Guys, Ings to DCL or Watkins?
I still might make him captain, you know.
Let me know down. Just let me know by saying Watkins or DCL. Just Watkins or DCL. Ings to DCL or Watkins. Let me know your thoughts down in the chat. Just say one of DCL or Watkins, and let's see what the people think. We're on 24 likes as well in a minute. Push it up to 25. Very much appreciate that. For the bandwidth buffoon section, I guess part 1, as we'll call it, has been completed. Very good. We're doing part 2 tomorrow with the main man Owen on the stream, on the deadline stream tomorrow morning. So guys, check it out. I'm just waiting to see if people put the Palace to win the Prem next season. Yeah. This guy's gonna be Madger. I mean, every season I put a bet on Palace to get top 4 and to win the league. Hasn't quite happened yet, but we've got some DCLs coming in. But one day maybe we'll get that list. Jack Porter coming in the Watkins. DCL for sure.
That Jack Porter also said 6-0 Chelsea, so I'd watch 6-0
Chelsea. Let me scroll back. 2-2. He agreed with the 2-2. He said 2-0 Liverpool Origi. Not questionable at all. 10-0 Chelsea. Got to get behind that. If Liverpool lose Klopp out, Chelsea. He's spitting truth just because you can't handle it, El. Jimenez, yeah.
I'm not saying.
No, you're not biting. Not
this time.
Not this time. Right, guys.
Jimenez.
Everton. Let's go for Watkins. Play safe for DCL. Yeah, that's fair enough. Right, guys. We'll be ending the stream there. Thank you very much for joining me, El.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. Very much enjoyed myself today. The predictions have been flying in. It's been good fun seeing all the Chelsea predictions, seeing all the mental predictions.
I didn't realise how many.
That's what it's
Chelsea
all about.
You'd gathered in your fan base,
or maybe it was just to try and get at you. I don't know, but we'll see.
I don't mind. It was good crack.
It is good crack. Actually, that's a good point. Let us know in the comments what teams you do actually support, so we can get to the bottom of this. We think quite a few are Chelsea fans, but let us know in the comments. I'll type in mine. I'm just gonna.
Oh, I also put a comment in, but I don't think it got read. It's only going to show Charles' birthday.
There we
today,
go.
So
is it?
A very big
birthday,
happy to Ollie watching.
Ollie at the wheel. So let us know. I've put CPFC. He goes. That's my team. Put your team down in the chat below, and let's see who everyone support. What would I do? Don't worry, man. We'll be going live 10:30 tomorrow morning. 10:30 tomorrow morning. We'll be live, ready to go. Bernardo Silva could be a good punt, yeah. Good punt. I mean, punt is exactly the word I would use for him, though. Punt is exactly the word I would use for him. Because it's one of them could go wrong. Yeah, exactly. Jack Porter's a Liverpool fan. Lampard, greater than Scholes, greater than Terry, greater than...
Who are these fans? Terry and Ferdinand.
We've got a couple of Liverpool fans in here. Can you compare them?
Terry
greater than Ferdinand.
I'm going to stop. I got tired.
City double defence or double mid? Double defence for me personally. That's where I'd be going.
Cancelo's both.
The amount of triple captain Kane or DCL we've had tonight. As a big summary, I'm going to just say, to summarise it all, what I've been saying, go with the gut. It's a personal decision. They both have the potential to smash it. So just go with your gut, because I can't make that decision for you, to be honest. Keep asking questions so this won't end. I'll tell you what, I've got a fresh Chinese waiting for me, and I do love a bit of grub. So I'm sorry to have to end it, but okay, right. This is something I'm going to have to bite at. Kepa is the best Spanish goalkeeper. I think we can both bite at that one, El. We can both bite at that one.
Dylan Williams.
We can both bite at that one, because Guaita should be the number one for Spain. Fuck De Gea. Guaita is the main man. He's a baller. He's an absolute baller. Maybe not so good with his feet. I can't lie. He does punt the ball out of play a lot. But in terms of saves, my man. Thoughts on bringing in Watkins, DCL, and Cancelo for Ings, Bamford? Woof, that's a mouthful. Bamford, you probably want to hang around for Game Week 29, so I don't necessarily know about getting rid of him. I do really like Watkins, DCL, and Cancelo. Ings to Watkins or DCL, very much do like. And Taylor to Cancelo, definitely not a bad move at all. Should I play Keenan Davis over Rafinha since Watkins is out? I don't know if we have the confirmations that Watkins is out. I think we have to wait and see. You can read it, but you can lose us. Oh, mate, I do very much appreciate the love, but we will be back. We will be back tomorrow. It's not even, what is it? Just over 12 hours, 15 hours. And we'll be back sitting in front of here, live again, discussing the last minute moves. And I'm just going to answer this question quickly, and then I will be going. Keenan Davies, I would be starting Rafinha just because we don't have any confirmed news about Watkins yet. If the Watkins comes out 100% confirmed, then I don't mind it. But Rafinha will be the one for me. I'm actually looking at transferring in Watkins. Might do it. We'll see. We'll see how much scrolling I have to do through Twitter tonight to convince me that Watkins will start tomorrow. But anyway, thanks everyone for the versus Crane mistakes. Yeah, that's very true, man. That's very true. He had an absolute mare against Kane before. But we'll see, man. I am going to end it there. Fat of Cruz. It was a Palace fan. No, I mean, because Martinez is the main man. Is Watkins supposed to be injured? There's leaks on Twitter.
More and more. We'll see.
Is there more coming out about Watkins?
It's been mentioned more, but again, it's
same people. Say the tomorrow.
So we'll see what happens overnight.
No worries, guys. And I've gone through. I really do appreciate all the questions, but thanks very much, El, for joining me.
That's all right.
Had a lot of fun. Thanks everybody for joining in the chat down below. Leave you at it if you want to. The chat's a space here. You can stay and discuss whatever you want to discuss. And yeah, I will catch you in a bit. I'll just leave it on. Is Pickford a good potential option? There are definitely better keepers out there. Martinez, Lloris, Schmeichel. Pickford a bit cheaper. Man, could do okay. But yeah, I'll leave it on that. Thanks everyone for joining the stream. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you have enjoyed. And I'll catch you for the last minute questions tomorrow morning for the deadline. In a bit, everyone. Have a good one.
See ya.